Leading worship for the first time can be a daunting task. On the surface, worship leading looks simple. Just pick a few songs, practice a little with the band, and you're set to go. But like any leadership position, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes to make sure your worship gatherings go smoothly. In this video, I'm going to share 10 tips to help you feel prepared and confident to lead your church in worship, even if you are a complete beginner. This video is brought to you by Lead Worship with ABLETON, a free training to help you get started with the #1 worship leading software. With ABLETON Live, you can run a click, backing tracks, and automate lyrics and lighting. It's the best tool for increasing excellence and eliminating distracting mistakes in worship. Click the link in the description to enroll in the free training today. My name is Jake Goslin with Churchfront.com, an online resource for creative and innovative church leaders. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you can receive all of our latest content to help you grow yourself and grow your church. The question of the day: if you are new to leading worship, what questions do you have about worship ministry? Let me know below in the comments and I'll reply as soon as I possibly can. And if you are an experienced worship leader, what advice do you have for someone just getting started in ministry? Leave your advice below in the comments. I've been leading worship since 2007. I was a junior in high school and I could barely play guitar and sing, but I had a passion for worship ministry. I started a youth band with some friends, and one day our band was practicing and our lead pastor at our small church heard us and said, "Hey, you guys sound great. Do you want to lead on Sundays?" At the time, he was both preaching and leading worship, so he had a lot on his plate. And I was young, confident, and naive, so I responded to him with an enthusiastic yes. Next thing I knew, I was planning and leading worship every Sunday at our church. I'm glad my pastor gave me this opportunity because now I've led worship for the past decade in both volunteer and paid staff positions at various churches across the country. Maybe you have the opportunity to lead worship for the first time, but you don't know where to begin. I'm going to share 10 tips that I wish someone would have told me when I first got started. These tips will save you a ton of headache down the road. This is by no means the end-all be-all guide to leading worship. Continue to do your research and learn from other sources, but by the end of this video, you'll have a much clearer picture of what this role entails from a practical and leadership standpoint. So let's dive into the tips. Tip number 1, make a plan. I'm a strong believer that worship ministry is like an iceberg. Your congregation only sees the top 10% of the process when you lead them on Sunday morning. That's the part that everyone who goes into leading worship is excited about. But what most people cannot see is the hours of planning and preparation required every week to ensure a smooth flow of worship. Your first step is to make a plan. If this is your first time leading worship, make sure you work together with your lead pastor or other team members at your church who are in charge of coordinating Sunday morning. Document the order of service so everyone is on the same page. How many songs are you going to do before the sermon? How many songs are after the sermon? Is there communion? What type of music should be played during communion? Who's going to welcome the congregation at the beginning of worship? Who's going to dismiss the congregation? When does the worship leader need to invite people to stand or sit? Plan out those details so you are not left guessing on Sunday morning. Plans are critical so you can focus more on worshiping God and less on wondering what is coming next. You need to confidently lead your congregation through the worship gathering. Tip number 2, pick songs everyone knows. I do not recommend introducing new songs if it is your first time leading worship. Stick with songs that you know and your congregation knows. Song familiarity will help remove hesitancy and obstacles that will cause mistakes. It'll also increase your congregation's participation in worship. It can be really discouraging for new worship leaders when they introduce a new song and no one is following them. If you are unsure of where to find familiar songs, simply look through the list of songs that were sung at the church over the past 6 months. Ask your pastor what songs the congregation knows really well. You can also check out the CCLI Top 100 Songs. It's a list of the most popular songs being sung around the globe. Since so many other churches are singing those songs, there's a good chance your congregation will know and connect with them. Tip number 3, pick song keys that are singable. One of the most common mistakes new worship leaders make is picking songs in keys that are too high or too low for both themselves and their congregations to sing. If you choose a song by Chris Tomlin or Taya Smith, remember that they have amazing vocal ranges that are not really realistic for you to lead in. Everyone's voice is different and every song is different. The rule of thumb I go by for men is try to keep the range of the melody lower than a D4 on a piano keyboard and above an A2. For women, I try to keep the melody below C5 and above A3. Those numbers are just my personal opinion. Generally speaking, most people do not have large vocal ranges. So just make sure the majority of the melody of a worship song falls within a vocal range comfortable for the majority of people in your church. Tip number 4, send your band members chord charts and audio files for practicing ahead of time. There's a good chance that part of your responsibility as the worship leader is to resource your band with the materials they need to prepare for Sunday. Do not skip this step of your planning process. You can find great worship chord charts at praisecharts.com. They do cost a couple dollars each, but that couple dollars is worth the headache it's going to save you when your band tries to read off of random charts you pulled from Ultimate Guitar or some other unreliable resource. I actually don't even recommend using CCLI song select chord charts. CCLI is great for other reasons, but for chord charts, not so much. Just go with praisecharts.com. It's also important to send your band members an audio file of the song in the correct key so they can practice the song at home. Avoid just sending them to a link on YouTube. It can be really frustrating, especially when they want to practice a song in the right key. You can manage all of your charts and your audio files using Planning Center online for free. Planning Center gives you the ability to easily transpose chord charts and audio files for your band members. Make sure your band members are well resourced and they have everything they need to practice and memorize the music beforehand. It will make your job so much easier come Sunday morning. Tip number 5, memorize lyrics and chord progressions. If you are new to leading worship, start memorizing your music now. Sure, it's easy to print out music or load it onto an iPad, but getting in the discipline of memorizing your lyrics and music will dramatically increase your confidence and your ability to engage with the congregation during worship. I wish I would have started memorizing all my music a long time ago. It will require extra time on your part, but once you have a song memorized, it's going to be stored away in your brain for a long time, so long as you keep it in the rotation. It is okay if for the first few Sundays you lead, you need to use a music stand. The quicker you can wean yourself from it, the easier it will be to go without it in the future. I'm just speaking from experience. For some reason, I doubted my ability to memorize songs during my first few years of leading worship. The main reason I didn't do it was because no one challenged me. I want to do you a favor and challenge you in this area. You'll be amazed at what a few minutes each week devoted to memorization will do for your worship ministry. Tip number 6, provide your media team with the correct lyrics in the right order. As the worship leader, you must ensure that your media team can project accurate lyrics on the screens so the congregation can follow along. I recommend building your song slides so that the person running your presentation software needs only to hit the next arrow on the keyboard for the planned song arrangement. Missed lyric slides can be a huge distraction in worship. Don't assume your media team has the correct songs in the correct order loaded up. If you don't prepare the lyric slides yourself, just take a moment to review them before the service. And hopefully your presentation volunteer was able to run the slides during rehearsal. But everyone's situation is unique. Make sure the lyrics are 100% correct so your congregation can participate and sing along without distraction. Tip number 7, plan out your transitions. Before you rehearse, know how you are going to execute the transitions between songs. Know who will count off the songs. Know when you might speak or pray to the congregation. Know what you will say or pray when you do talk or pray. During rehearsal, practice your transitions. It is just as important to practice transitions as it is to practice the songs themselves. If you want to speak or pray between songs, ask another person on the team, maybe the person on keys, to play softly in the background. Try to avoid dead silence as that can be jarring to the flow of worship. Tip number 8, allocate 60 to 90 minutes for rehearsal time. If you play a set of 4 to 6 songs, make sure you set aside enough time for band rehearsal. You can rehearse on a weeknight, or you can rehearse a few hours before the worship service on the weekend. In my personal experience, rehearsing on the weekend is a much more efficient use of time. When people practice during the week, they often forget a lot of what they learn during the in-between days. But it's completely up to you and your team when you practice. Just make sure you have a long enough time slot blocked out. Tip number 9, run through every song at least twice. Here's how I run rehearsal. After we pray, we just go ahead and play through the first song, just through the whole thing without stopping. Even if the band makes mistakes, we play through till the end. And during the first song, we're just getting warmed up and we're dialing in our monitor mixes. We will then work through the rest of the worship set list. When I hear a trouble spot in a song, we'll go back to it and we'll fix it after we have played that song once. So once we work through all the songs and we troubleshooted any issues, we'll go back to the top of the set list and play everything through once more. Some songs may require a third time through, and that's why rehearsal time should be 60 to 90 minutes long, so you have enough time for this repetition. Don't forget to practice how you will start the service, your transitions, and how you will end the service. These small details have a huge impact on your team's momentum. Tip number 10, pray. Throughout the whole planning and leading process, don't forget to pray. Ask the Holy Spirit to guide you as you pick songs. Ask Him for help to memorize songs and know what to say or pray during worship. Ask Him to help your band to come together as a team. Ask Him to help prepare the hearts of the congregation as they come to worship. Ask Him to move powerfully in worship and to change hearts and lives. You are doing this for God, so don't forget to include Him in the process. Finally, I have one more bonus tip, and that's to just not stress out about making mistakes. If you make mistakes in worship, don't make a big deal about it. Don't feel bad. Nobody's trying to get you for any mistakes or mess ups that you make. Just identify what went wrong and just try to fix it for next time. I have so much more to share about these 10 tips, and hopefully that's enough to give you the confidence to lead worship for the first time. And I hope you subscribe to my channel so you can receive more in-depth videos on all of these topics. If you are an experienced worship leader watching this, what advice do you have for a first-time worship leader? If you are a new worship leader, I'm excited for you. What questions do you have for myself and the Churchfront community? Leave them below in the comments. No matter what experience level you are as a worship leader, make sure you enroll in my free training, Lead Worship with ABLETON. It's a series of 4 videos that will help you get started with the #1 worship leading software. It's perfect for beginner and veteran worship leaders alike. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, hit the thumbs up button and share it with your friends in ministry. You can watch related videos right over here, and don't forget to subscribe to the Churchfront channel so you can continue to receive our latest content to help you grow yourself and grow your church.